Starting a bit later. Oh, like 9 minutes off. It's whatever. Um, make sure um, audio sounds good, and then I'll start the ad. Everything should be fine. Okay, sounds good. Hopefully, this ad decides to actually not be dumb. Okay. Well, whatever. I'll let it. It's gonna probably take a while. Okay, it's saying it's starting soon. So I'll get some water and be back probably by the time the ad's done. Yeah, it's starting in like 30 seconds, so I'll be back in a minute or two. Okay, ad is ending in a little bit here. Let's start the music. Alright. I think that should be good. Let me put the chat somewhere else. Is it getting covered by Car Cat? Alright. Come on. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. Should be fine there. Yeah. Alright. Let's start. Wait. Did she? I don't remember what she said. Oh. No, she didn't say anything. He just. Who? You know, Riska's ancestor? The friendly one who tells long stories? Oh, yeah. Her. I don't know. Can't keep all these ghost names straight. Fliptuna? Meowlin? Wasn't there Carlos? Fuck it. They're all named Carlos as far as I'm concerned. Wait, except Mina. She was alright. A little forward, but whatever, this isn't the point. All I remember about my interactions with the circuit girl is getting cornered into these ludicrous monologues, then racking my brain for excuses to get the hell out of there. Yeah, well, I was a little more tactful than you and actually listened. Let her talk me into something I shouldn't have. So she was just like, poof. And suddenly your eyes were better? Yes. What is she, some sort of magic fairy? Yes? That's kind of literally what she is. Alright. Appreciate the lurk, counselor. Huh. I don't think trolls glow at all. But the bot always says something very interesting for the lurks. Not that I mind, but it's interesting what it comes up with. Oh, all right. Guess her story checks out then. Good for her. But this doesn't seem like you, Terezi. I mean, I didn't think you even wanted your eyesight back. I've never met anyone as chuffed about her own disability as you. I was always under the impression you felt like it was a big part of who you are. It was. The moment she healed me, I knew I made a terrible mistake, but I couldn't take it back. I thought about it, like just blinding myself again and pretending it never happened. But even the way it happened originally was something special to me. Can't duplicate that. No. Terezi's entire deal is very... She's one of my favorite characters for sure. I think she's the better version of Vriska. And I feel like... I don't know. I mean, she's clearly supposed to be a parallel to Vriska. There's an energy about her where she understands who she is a lot more than she realizes. Vriska just kind of wallows in her own misery and is like, oh boo-hoo, I'm a victim, and pretends like she's all strong to protect herself. And then even when she's admitting that she's weak, she's still very like self-pity and all this bullshit, and doesn't really do much about it in the beginning. I do like the moments where she talks to John and like actually is like, I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing, and I actually felt bad about killing a guy, and I feel like I'm a bad troll, but I don't really know what's going. Like it felt raw, it felt emotional, that was the first time I actually connected with Vriska. Well, Terezi, I mean, I think she hooked most people on her character pretty early on, but she's a lot more of a slow burn for her character development. And she has her flaws, obviously, but I feel like she does a lot more working on herself than Vriska does. It just seems like Vriska has a bigger change because her personality is infinitely better than what she was before because of how much of an asshole she was. But Terezi is, I think, the infinitely more interesting character to me. Especially with... I don't know many disabled characters in the first place, but I think the disability was weaved very well into the story and didn't feel like... I don't know, I feel like she was a character apart from disability, but it was an important part of her personality and who she was, her identity. Like, it didn't feel like she was just the blind girl. But if you took away her blindness, she would still be an interesting character. But it adds so much more, and I think that's amazing. It's like they don't spend so much time on it that it's just her entire fucking existence. But it's not like they're just like, oh yeah, she's blind, get over it, that's it, we're not gonna actually delve into this. Like they talk about it in a way that it's, I think it's done really well. And a lot of her conversations with Karkat and Dave are very personal, and the way they do the character development is pretty well. I think it could have been done a bit better. Like they could have been expanded more on her. I feel like at the end there she wasn't really as important, but maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Where was I? Maybe if I could, it still wouldn't be the same. I can't seem to forgive myself for being so stupid. For some reason, I thought it was a good idea to take the only cool and unique thing about myself and fix it. What was I thinking? Okay, that's where I start losing her a little bit. She's going into more of a darker place and reducing herself to her disability, which is just not at all what her character was even about. But this is just her beating herself up. Whoa. The only cool thing about you? Terezi, I want to be understanding, but I can't get behind some of the shit you're saying about yourself here. What made you start unraveling like this? I think it was when we started meeting our ancestors, and I thought they were all cooler and older and more interesting than us. Even though they probably weren't. They definitely weren't. I think all of them are so... It's like this veneer of... I mean, they're supposed to be caricatures. They're supposed to be stereotypes of, like, Tumblr personas and shit. But, like, they're so one-dimensional, which is the point. But they're still interesting to a degree. Like, it's very... I'm sure somebody has already, like, dissected all their characters and who they're supposed to be parodies of and all that shit. But even just, like, on the surface level, they're pretty interesting. Even just by being fucking parodies and one-note characters that aren't really important. And just thinking about it, he clearly did a little bit more. I mean, with like Mina and Urania and who else? I mean, Porum kind of. They had a lot of problems and insecurities too, but I guess the kind that older kids have, and when you're younger you don't really recognize them as problems. You look at those things as just part of what it's like being someone who's more interesting and grown up than you. Maybe since I'm not as young anymore, I guess I can see that now. But I was stupidly awestruck by some people who were not so impressive in retrospect. I made dumb mistakes. Wait, we met all those people like kind of a long time ago? How long have we been hiding this from everyone? I don't know, a year or something? And I wasn't hiding it, I just didn't tell anybody. Yeah, that's what hiding it means. But I usually can't see my eyes anyway, because of my glasses? Duh. I know, but not telling anybody that is still being pointlessly secretive. Could have said, hey Carcat, I fucked up and now I can see again. Maybe we can talk about this so I don't go into a tragic downward spiral, make you worry about me for no reason. A year, huh? Yeah, I can imagine Gamzee probably didn't help that. I think she straight up says that he fucking bullied her into doing it, and then, I mean, bully is too weak of a word. He fucking psychologically manipulated and abused her into doing it, and then berated her when she did do it. I'm sorry, I should have, but I was so ashamed. And what about this clandestine Black Realm nonsense you've got going on with Gamzee? What? You've been dating him for just as long? Was he involved in that decision? Like, did he help talk you into healing your eyes or something? How did you know we were dating? Did he tell you? Oh my god, Terezi, you are a fucking catastrophe. You used to be like, cunning? And considerably more intelligent than me, which I have no problem admitting. This is ridiculous. Even if I didn't figure it out myself, which I did because it was obvious, you are up here on the roof lying unconscious in a pile of honk horns and Faygo bottles. I'm not a master of deduction, but unless you were recently stomped on by some sort of golem composed of garbage from a circus, it seems fair to say you are officially down with the clown. God, she's really going through it right now. Yeah, she was probably one of the smarter characters in general. Rough. Ugh. Okay, yes, it's true. Well, what do you have to say about it? Couldn't get up the nerve to tell you about that either. In a way, I'm even more disgusted with myself for dating that asshole than I am for healing my eyes. Then why are you doing it? I don't know. I can't bring myself to stop seeing him. Every time I think I can't stomach the sight of his ugly face for another second, he just pulls me back in. He's just so awful. God. Troll romance is so stupid. Fucking Dave's stupid hologram. Just sitting, and Carcat just sitting there. I don't know why that's so funny. Like, this is the calmest I've ever seen Karkat ever. You know, he's literally screaming the entire fucking time. He always knows exactly what to say to piss me off. Everything he does. His fake god tier suit, his smug expression, the dumbass ways he butchers his sentences. Saying shit like, all getting up at his motherfucking honk on. Ugh, I hate it so much. I keep coming back for more. It's like a drug, even more addicted than this. Revolting soda I can't stop drinking. I've had so much Faygo I can't even taste the color anymore. See, like, I legitimately thought Faygo was like fake, made up soda for Homestuck specifically. Then I found out it was real. I still haven't tried it. I don't even know if I want to. Like, Hussey plays it up like it's the worst soda in the universe. Like, I'm sure it's probably bad, but I don't know. I don't think I've even had bad soda. Like, heck, how can you have bad soda? Like, does it just taste way too sweet or something? I guess so. I don't even know where I could get some. I'm kind of tempted to just try to see if I can find a store just to taste it one time. I just taste the sugar and the bubbles and the awful flavor it leaves behind, which just makes me drink more to wash it away. I feel so nasty I had to take a long soda nap, but I wake up loathing myself even more, so I just reach for another bottle. It is truly the wicked elixir. Terezi. I want him to be out of my life. He's the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but guess you can't help who you hate. This is killing me hearing this. I seriously want to weep actual puke out of my eyeballs from this story. How did this happen? Got to say, I didn't see it coming. You told me sweeps ago you and he. I wouldn't believe it. Like, if the writing was on the wall there, I sure as fuck didn't read it. Yeah, it snuck up on me. It didn't help that he terrorized us when we were hiding from Jack. Right under my nose too. Somehow I didn't put the pieces together at the time and let him get away with murder. And gradually I started having these uncontrollable thoughts about him. Dark thoughts. Wondering if he probably used some sort of powers on her as well. Doesn't really help that the troll romance is such bullshit. The fact that you hate date somebody is like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you ever choose to do that? Even if they like physiologically feel a different type of emotion that draws them into somebody, you're still choosing to date that person. Like, it's just weird to me. Let me lower the music a little bit. Maybe lower the volume from my mic as well. Just a little bit. I don't want it to be too crazy. Where was I? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that Gamzee would go to that length. Because the entire point was dividing the entire team. Because Karkat and Dave were kind of fighting over Terezi a little bit. Oh, it was more Karkat. I mean, he eventually was like, fine, you can date her, but he still was a weirdo about it. And that was still a point of contention for both of them. I'm sure that didn't really help with Terezi's relationship with Karkat and Dave in general. And like, imagine what would have happened if Gamzee wasn't there. You know, that just wouldn't be a thought in anybody's mind. Karkat would have eventually been fine with either Dave dating Terezi or not, and they would have probably started hanging out normally. Terezi wouldn't have gotten her eyes. I mean, we'll eventually get there with retcon and everything, but I'm just trying to figure out how many, plot points he fucked up because of what he did. And truly, like, the main thing was Terezi really did unify the group. And same thing with Rose. I mean, Rose kind of did her own shit on her own. Like, that was her own stuff. Becoming a fucking alcoholic for no good reason. I think it's mostly just boredom. But Terezi definitely would not have allowed Rose to fucking be a drunk. Dave doesn't give a shit. Kanaya doesn't understand any of that. Karkat doesn't care. Terezi would have definitely been the only one who set her straight. Uh, and when I would catch a whiff of him in the corridors, like he was taunting me, that just fanned the flames. Then we started talking shit with each other more and more. And he was so much nastier than he ever used to be. Way more than any of our friends ever were. One time he started mocking my blindness, which never bothered me when anyone else did it. Somehow, the stuff he said, I let it get under my skin. And combined with meeting a lot of new people I felt like I couldn't live up to, that's when I started reconsidering Arania's offer. I knew it. I knew it must have had something to do with that decision. The slimy bastard. This is mostly my fault. Wasn't vigilant enough with him. And I let our moral allegiance break down. If I kept a closer eye on him, maybe he wouldn't have lured you into his spinning tent of shit. Karkat's being stupid about this. Like, there's no way, regardless of even the caliber and stuff, Gamzee was just off the fucking deep end. And I mean, even back when he was docile, he was probably a pretty bad fucking, what do you even call it? Because it's mate ship in Kismessitude, but the person you're dating is a mate sprit and Kismesis, like nemesis and mate. I don't know what the sprit is for, what it's supposed to mean. But then more allegiance. I know it's allegiance, so would it be more Moirali? We don't really ever get a Moirel. I don't know why I forgot that. Holy shit. I think I was just getting confused with the allegiance part. So that made me think it was, the word would be ally, but it's Moirel. Fucking terms, man. So yeah, even back then he wasn't a good Moirel, so I mean, him being a murderous, insane asshole doesn't help at all. There really wasn't much Karkat could do once Gamzee wasn't interested in playing along anymore. No, you shouldn't feel like, or maybe it's Kanaya's fault. She's always been a really good auspicist. Maybe she could have prevented this if she wasn't so preoccupied herself. No, wait, it's actually my fault again. If I had been on the ball and auspicized between her and Rose, she would have had the time to auspicize between you and Gamzee. Damn it, I always say I know so much about romance. Yet I routinely underestimate its complexity, so only figure out what to do after it's way too late. God, I'm so stupid. Lark, shut up. It's no one's fault but mine. I'm the one who has to deal with it. Yeah, okay. I love when Karkat goes on a fucking tangent and then just like relents immediately. I don't know. His personality is just so fucking amazing. For what it's worth, he'll probably just break it off and leave you once we get to the new session. All his loyalties and priorities are totally warped now. I'm not sure what he really cares about anymore, but it sure isn't any of us. You think he will leave me? Yeah, I do. Whoa, what? Isn't that what you want? No, I'd be devastated if he just suddenly ditched me like that. Okay, help me out. You're confusing me here. I'd feel pathetic. And I guess a sick and terrible part of me doesn't want him to go. But if he does, I want it to be because I tell him it's over. Wow. Alright, I guess that makes sense. Sorry. The absolute... Like, I can understand the concept, but it's still the stupidest thing I've heard. I don't want to be with him, but if he leaves me, I'd be sad. I only want to end the relationship if I get to end it. It's like, okay, man, sure. Like, that's cool. No, that's awesome. I get the point, but it's really just, at that point, that's just pride. You know the thing is bad for you, and you want it to end, but you want it to end because you want it to end, not because it left or somebody else made a decision for you. It's like, okay. But she is a kid, so it's like, whatever. She does at least admit that it's a sick and terrible part of herself. So she's smart enough to know that she's being an idiot. I I'm just trying to be supportive here, but I'm not always sure what the right thing to say is. I'm doing my fucking best. This is complicated for me too. You're both my friends. The fact that he still considers Gamzee a fucking friend is wild. I know. Appreciate your intentions, Carcat. Maybe better if you weren't sitting up there in that backwards chair while you talk to me? What? Why? Yeah, dude. Should probably ditch the chair. What the fuck is wrong with my chair? Or at least sit on it front ways. Or offer her another chair? I don't know. It's kind of a dumb affectation in this context. No, look. It's casual and relaxed. No, it's not. It would be casual and relaxed if you were both in a chair. It just looks like you're talking down to her. It's always fucking awkward when you're talking to somebody and they're standing or you're sitting. I just said the same thing. Either it's awkward when one person's sitting, one other's standing. Like having to look up at them or look down at them is just fucking weird. It just throws off the balance of the conversation. It's not always even like a conscious thing. It's just weird. I don't know. No, look, it's casual and relaxed. Like, it visually conveys that my presence in the conversation is humble and non-threatening, yet frank and attentive. What the fuck do you want from me? What are you talking about? You're above her. How would that be humble and non-threatening? If anything, it would be humble and non-threatening if you were below her, not above her. That makes no sense. She has to look up at you. She's literally on the floor. You are so dumb, Carcat. Okay. The fuck do you want from me? To sit on the goddamn floor. Why should I squat on the dirty floor? What difference does it make? So you can be on the same vertical plane with your friend while you exhibit compassion for a grody clown problem. Dave, it's fine. Never mind about the chair. I don't care. Just struck me as a bit distractingly silly. That's all. Okay, wow. Fine. Fuck the chair. Pardon me for making myself comfortable during a sincere heart-to-heart discussion with a dear friend in need. I mean, I think if you're trying to do a heart-to-heart properly, you should care more about how she feels rather than how you feel. I'm not saying you should make yourself uncomfortable, but damn, getting positive criticism and you're just like getting upset about it. But the time has come for me to cease straddling this deeply offensive piece of furniture. Away with ye, four-legged temptress. Distract us no more with the most basic and utilitarian form creature comfort you supply. Carcat just threw a tantrum about a chair. I just want Carcat tantrum bingo. Oh god, their entire, like, she's literally sitting on the floor having to look up at you, man. This is common sense. Come on. At last, we are free from the accursed instrument of ass elevation. Oh my god. Where did you even get that chair? Did you steal it from the common area? Unlike everyone else ever, I happen to make a practice of cataloging items which might be convenient on a day-to-day basis. Same strolling around and find myself in need of a place to sit. Bam. Suddenly, a chair. And no, I didn't steal it. I'm gonna steal something from the common area. Nobody actually owns any of that fucking furniture. That's why it's called the common area, you accusatory piece of filth. Sounds like communism. Are you communist or something? Actually, that makes perfect sense with what your sickle and all. What with your sickle and all. This fucking dumbass. What are you talking about? Wait, John is the hammer. Oh shit, it's all adding up. When you arrive, are you gonna team up with John and seize the means of production? Oh my god. Did he give John a hammer and Carcat a sickle just to make this joke? I wouldn't doubt it. This is the stupidest fucking joke I've ever heard. Oh my god. And it's still funny. I hate that. That's what makes it worse. That I actually just find it funny. Because I could see Hussey doing some stupid shit like this. It's like, yep, I'm gonna give these two characters these weapons specifically to make a communism joke in the future. Nah, I could see that 100%. You appear to be jumpstarting a facetious discussion about some sort of human economic ideological framework without having the slightest clue that your vehicle is parked squarely in the nobody gives a fuck zone. I'm just saying, first chairs, what next? See, I'm all about private property and pocketing dough. You see how? Do you have any idea how rich I am? I'm a man of means, motherfucker. What is your point? Just don't come after my boonies, dude. Or should I say, Carcat Marks? He hasn't contributed a single thing to the discussion at this point. Like, he said like 2 sentences that were kind of useful, mostly just to antagonize Karkat because he knew it would piss him off. Because that's just the type of person he is. And then he just starts going on a fucking tangent about bullshit that doesn't need to be talked about in the middle of a heartfelt, deep conversation. It's a fucking intervention that he agreed to be part of. This fucking asshole. You aren't being serious now. These are not the words of a serious person. I was having a serious discussion, like a big time adult, with my good friend, Terezi. Nobody says big time adult, Karkat. But okay. Oh my god. Your callous and nonsensical remarks are derailing us from the delicate subject at hand. Why don't you be useful and say something reassuring to our sad mutual buddy, you wailing jet engine of infantile stiloquence? What the fuck kind of word is that? Nah, I need to search this up. What the fuck is Karkat on? Holy shit. God. Let me just run the ad real quick. Let me search up this. I need to know what this word means. This probably isn't even a word. He probably just makes two words together. It is a word. Really? Senseless or silly talk. Babble. Well then. I learned a new word. Okay. What song is this? Drift into the sun. Interesting. All right. I don't have much to say about this. Kind of got to recuse myself on the matter. I'm all kinds of on record as being squicked out by the idea of hate relationships. So I got no point of reference for gauging when one is fucked up the way that's normal for trolls, or if it's fucked up because it's actually fucked up and terrible. This is like some ex-alien boyfriend prime directive shit. I can't intervene because I don't know what I'm talking about. But you do, so I guess keep going. We were saying some pretty good stuff before I started writing your talk about chairs. He's even admitting that he was just being an asshole. Even though he had a point, he was still just he was doing it to be an asshole. Because he knew Karkat would get pissed off. Drizzy, you see what I had to deal with? Actually, I guess you can. You can now literally see what I had to deal with and experience all due empathy for the fact that I have a douche as a best friend. I think that's the first time he's called anybody his best friend, apart from I think that's the first time he's called any of the humans his best friend. Which is very sweet. Yeah, I can see. The view from here is douche-tacular. Thank you. So that's it then. No advice at all? Smart Alec? What'd I even bring you here for this intermission then? Intermission? Intervention, I mean. Sorry, I misspoke. It's not an intervention either. My ghostly head's all beaming out of this crowd for moral sport, yo. I'm in my homie's corner, even if he is a massive socialist. Drizzy, I think can probably figure this out. She grew up alone and blind in a forest. I think she'll manage to bounce out of her juggalo phase. But yeah, Terezi, you should at least quit the fucking soda. Yeah. Okay. Okay? Yes, I'll stop. What? Just like that? Sure. It's really gross. Oh, man. Oh, my God. I think we are missing the point here. This isn't just about an unhealthy obsession with a foul soft drink. It's about how you feel about yourself. You're barely functional right now. You can't even pick yourself up off the floor and put on a pair of pants. Remember pants, Terezi? Used to love pants. Yeah, pants are pretty great. You used to be a lot of things. All those things were good things. But now that we're about to arrive, right when we need you the most, you do a sensational belly flop into a circus vat of your own Tangy slobber. Tangy. She was technically the leader. He was the moral support leader, but she was like the actual strategy leader. I mean, they were a pretty good duo. Oh, please. What could you possibly need me for? You're an important member of this party. We need you to help stand up to Jack and whatever else is waiting for us there. I don't think I'll be very useful. Well, not like this you won't. Gotta get your act together. No, I mean, even then I won't be. I don't have much to offer even on my best day. What about your mind powers though? What if you need someone with mind powers to do some sort of mindy thing? What mind powers? You know, the ones where you flip a coin and something crazy happens? Okay, I don't actually know how it works, but what about that? Pfft, I never developed those powers very well. It's been a long time since I even thought about them. I don't think they're very valuable, honestly. In fact, all they ever seemed to do was trick me into feeling like I knew what I was doing. They actually made me believe I was in control of other people's fates, not even to speak of my own. It was a really dangerous kind of delusion. Now it feels like the only heroic thing I ever did with those powers was use them to justify killing my friend. Who did she kill? Alright, she killed Vriska in this timeline. Saved from Jack. Huh? Oh. Right. And what's worse is, to this day, I'm still not even totally sure if it was necessary. I think I've lost the ability to tell if I'm being punished for what I did, or if I'm punishing myself. Well, yeah, of course it was necessary. Even if it wasn't the morally right choice or whatever. It's obviously something that had to happen. That's the cruel thing about paradox space. Systemically validates all your mistakes as necessary outcomes. Not even necessary for your own good or personal growth. It's always bigger than you. Like your errors and judgment are inseparable from the way reality has to unfold. So it never lets you forget about them. Because they are all critical to the big picture. And your past flaws are like scars. Scars in space-time that never heal. And always serve to remind you that the perfect version of yourself you wish you could be could never exist. Because the survival of everyone you care about depends on him not existing. That is interesting. Because there are versions of themselves that got God tier but died and had a doomed timeline. They don't mean the people who have hit God tier aren't necessarily really the best versions of themselves. They still have a lot of flaws and stuff they haven't worked on. So yeah, it's almost like paradox space kind of balances that out. Like, if you were the best version of yourself, the world would end. I know all of that. It doesn't stop me from wondering. It's simple. If you hadn't killed her, you would have withered away in a doomed timeline. Yeah, and sometimes I wish I had. At this point, I think I would rather be the better person who made the right decision, even if it also meant being the one to fade away forever. Well, I wouldn't want that. Does that fucking matter to you? Does that factor anywhere into your dreary existential equation? Probably think I'm crazy. Just as crazy as you think I am for dating Gamzee, but I really miss her. No, I don't think you're crazy for that. And yet, if I ever saw her again, there's no way I could talk to her. So part of me hopes I never... Ow! Why don't you step on? Dave, you dick! What? Don't blame me. I can't control the crowd. Alright, Act 6, Intermission 5, Intermission 3. Fuck this. I forgot about this bullshit. Oh god, he's taking the damn... Clover's flirting with fucking Lil Sebastian for some reason. Wait, why did that planet give me 2 elves? Calling them elves now? Yes, but they're leprechauns or gnomes, according to some baloney scholars. They can now be additionally referred to as elves. I've decided. Whatever. Why are there 2? Because it's a 2-for-1 deal. You sunk the 7th planet on the break, so when you destroy the 6th planet, you unlock both the 6th and 7th elf. Now you're on the 8th planet. This one doesn't give you an elf. It doesn't. No. What about a gnome? No. What about a leprechaun? No. You get nothing. Why not? Because you're supposed to skip this one and destroy it last. You're just wasting time hanging around here. Clock is ticking. Alright. First, I want to get their powers straight. Am I correct in assuming powers keep getting more useless? Yes, just as I suspected. I don't even care anymore. I just want to know. So Orange Hat, we have established, just walks ahead of me all the time. No matter how far off he wanders and gets lost, I always seem to catch up with him. Yes. And Green Hat, he just has a doll with pins in it. Yes. What's up with that? He has a doll with pins in it. And every time you get a new elf, we'll take another pin out. That's all I got. That's all I will tell you. God, I forgot about him. He was so inconsequential. The felt really didn't do jack shit, honestly. It was very interesting, but I think with the time shenanigans, it just kind of became too much, maybe. So going back to this, got to change it. Okay, got it. It's pointless. Moving on. Maroon Hat. Can't even tell what his powers are. What is his power? He doesn't have a power. Are you fucking kidding me? No. It's a new low, even for these shitheads. But Maroon Hat is pretty smart. You can use him as a higher-ranking henchman or something. Usually gets banned faster than that, or I don't even see the message. It's kind of surprising. Yeah, the only reason the fucking felt was an actual organization that got shit done was because of Crowbar. I also just realized that his name is Crowbar because the 7 looks like a crowbar. Oh, probably it's more his number is 7 because 7 looks like a crowbar, and he was named Crowbar because he uses the crowbar as the weapon. Being smart isn't a power. Plus, I doubt it. How smart can one of these imbeciles be? Imbeciles? You just talk to him and find out. No. Come on, just a little friendly chat. Fine. I'll have a word with him. Very briefly. Okay. Hey, you're still talking to him? Wow, you guys are really going at it there. What the fuck could you be talking about for so long? This is getting ridiculous. Timer of the next Q-ball bomb is ticking away. Okay, I'm back. And Maroon Hat is highly intelligent and personable. I decided he's my favorite guy so far. See? Told you. I'll give him some important responsibilities later. But I've not decided what. Maybe he can hold on to something important for you. Good idea. Like what? Oh, I know. My cow top. No, not the cow top. That's dumb. My gun? The fact that Caliborn is actually like having conversations now compared to before when he would just say random bullshit and like threaten people. Like, even though he's like evil and like absolutely irredeemable, it's still kind of sweet in a way to see him not be a total piece of shit all the time. I don't know. Lord in English is kind of just a force of nature. Caliborn is actually an interesting character in my opinion. My gun? No. Oh, my candy. No, you idiot. Fuck you. Shut an idea. Just tell me what it is. Puzzle man. Look at the color of his hat. What else do you have that color? Also, what object can you think of that's shaped like a 7? Oh, of course. A boomerang. Okay, I give up. Or not even really. More like a U or a W or a V. I don't. Depends on what kind of boomerang you have. Isn't it more symmetrical usually? I don't know. I've never even seen a boomerang in real life. Only seen them in video games. I don't know how accurate those are to actual boomerangs. I'm sure there are different kinds. I'll make a mental note to secure a boomerang in the future. Man, what song is this? Lotus Bloom? Yeah. It's a Jade song, I think. I love this song. Man. There's so many songs in the OST that don't even play anywhere and they're like super cool. Or we don't get the full version of the song played in a single flash. Because it'd be like way too long, I guess. Um, yes, it makes so much sense to be a boomerang. Thematically, it always comes back around in one big circle, like all the time shit I'm supposed to be about. Okay, last question. Why is Purple Hat constantly dancing in my presence? Yeah, I guess in retrospect, Purple Hat has always been pretty flirtatious, hasn't he? Hasn't he? What? Maybe you should try to be open-minded. Have you ever considered a star heart horseshoe relationship with someone? Maybe you'll discover you have never experienced joy until you have been in a star heart horseshoe relationship with a dancing elf. Caliborn inspected the Calatop on the ground with disgust. End of Act 6, Intermission 5. Intermission 3. Alright, we're back to Vriska and Co. That looks a lot like... Alright. Here we go. That looks like a skull, which I didn't notice the first time. It's pretty sick, actually. Hey guys, stop dragging your feet back there. You're falling so far behind. You're starting to look tiny and ridiculous from here. Treasure should be buried just up ahead. Let's pick up the pace. Excuse me, some of us here has special needs. I think I'll continue dragging my feet if you don't mind. Socks, would you just let Arania heal your eyes already and catch the fuck up? No. He does look pretty sick with the double eye patches. Who should I change to? We got John, we got... Yeah, I'll just... Vriska, maybe? Vriska's the... Can't wait till we get to those. We already did Collide. Oh no. Cascade a while back. I mean, Collide, Game Over. Really the last two big ones that are coming up. I'm just looking at it. Next, we did Cascade a while back. And what was that? 4,000, and we're already at 6,000 something. We're at like here basically. 6,000. Yeah, basically. Still on 24, but weird. Guess that's off by a bit. The last thing got is Game Over. And then there is Remember Me. And then it's Collide. And Act 7. And so yeah, we got a couple of big flashes here coming up. Well, not coming up, because they're like... I mean, what? Game Over is like... What? 900 pages, basically. Hey, Iridia, was it? Yes? Can I ask you something? Okay. You seem reasonable and pretty nice. No, she's not. I mean, she's nice, but she's not reasonable. Depending on what your definition of reasonable is. So I'm wondering, how do you feel about all this? About what exactly? About what Vriska and her pirate buddies are doing? You mean searching for the weapon? I think it's a good idea. No, I know. Of course, it would be great to have an awesome secret weapon, whatever it is. I mean, how do you feel about the way they've been searching for it? Using all your ghost clone friends as bait, and getting the bad guy to blow them all up to reveal the way to the treasure? So I like that. This is what makes John such a great main character. Because like, I think almost any other main character in a story would just be like, oh well, it's the end of the world and we have to do this, so the end justify the means. I don't really like it, but she's cool and I'm friends with her, so whatever. But like, even though he doesn't necessarily judge her for it, he's not like automatically like, oh, she's evil for doing this. He still's like, this isn't really all that great and I don't really agree with this. I don't know, like, why is this happening? Like, he still questions it. He still has the moral fiber to be like, I don't really fuck with this all that much. And even ask somebody else like, hey, what's your conclusion on this thing? How do you feel about this? So it's like, this doesn't really need to happen, but I appreciate these conversations so much This makes me appreciate his character a lot more. It's probably the only way to find it. In my experience, the specific path you travel out here is very important, but do not trace that exact path in that amount of time. I doubt we would ever have found the right location. In fact, it may have never been found by anyone. Okay, yes. Let's assume it was the only way to find it. Granted. But I mean, does that really make it the right way to beat him? I couldn't say. Well, how do you feel about it? Most of the other pirates seem cool with it, so I'm wondering if you feel differently. It's probably necessary. That's not really answering the question. You're just saying whether it's needed or not, or whether it's the only way to do it. It's how do you feel about it? What's your opinion on it? Not like it's kind of avoiding the question. It's probably necessary, and they would have embarked on this voyage whether I had come along or not. Again, that's not really the fucking question. It's not about whether it's morally correct or the only way, or whether they would have done it or not. It's how do you feel about it? Was she always this dodgy for questions? I know she's probably going to answer it in a little bit here, but it's interesting. So we gotten various versions of her. It was the dead version of her, then we saw flashbacks to the live version of her, and then we had the robot version, and now we have the alive again with God tier. And all of them have been very different personalities. I think she's the most, even though like Solix is the one who's about bifurcation and two different personalities and such, I think she's the most diverse character in terms of how she acts and her personalities throughout the story. So I might as well join the fun. Isn't that what you did when you saw our ship? Sort of. But I didn't know what you were all doing yet. Yes, but once you found out, you continue journeying with us. Yeah, but I'm just hanging out here because I'm asleep. What else was I going to do? Exactly. It doesn't mean he thinks it's correct or that he feels good about it. Just there's really not much he can do to stop them, and it's not like he wants to stop them. He's more just asking whether people agree with this or not. I don't necessarily share their point of view on the meaning of this endeavor, though. They consider this to be the great clash between good and evil, but I prefer to look at the coming battle as a matter of housekeeping. In the end, all loose must be tidied up, even his. Okay, but what about your friends? Don't you care about them? Of course I do. I love all my friends. Then why do you seem so cheerful when so many of them are getting zapped by lasers? Do I seem cheerful about that? Kinda. Apologize if that is the way I'm behaving. It's not true though. I think I look at death differently than most. It is fair to say this attitude extends to death after death as well. I've learned to be at ease with the cessation of being in any form it takes, but I'm not, nor will I ever be, the monster's handmaid. So please believe that I would never take joy from the destruction of any soul. However, you must realize that it is only by the grace of the horror terrors that so many have been allowed to continue existing for so long. They have persisted for ages beyond their time, just as he has. As much as it seems to me, his rampage is just another kind of housekeeping. While he runs the ring, undoing the work of the gods, we must prepare for his undoing as well, to ready the manner for the Lord's arrival, so to speak. And yeah, I really didn't understand what was the difference between being alive and being dead in this world, because like you still have a physical body, you still need to eat, and you still need to use the bathroom. So it's like it's kind of just another life at that point with the same body. So it does make sense that there's a cycle where you die, the horror terrors give you dream bubbles so you can persist after death. Then Lord English comes back and destroys your ghost, so you just cease existing forever. Because like living forever in that sense would be kind of, it's not like it's heaven or anything or hell, it's just you're just kind of there living again essentially. Like there's not much different for a ghost at all. They're just hanging out with their friends forever, which is like, it'd be cool for the first little bit, but I think it would get kind of mind-numbing after hundreds of years. And like they're not even supposed to really be alive. It's only because of the dream bubbles that the horror terrorists have put up, so they would technically just be dead normally. I'm sorry, maybe I spaced out through some of that, but I'm still not sure what you're talking about. Maybe you could just simplify it for me. Are you a good good guy or bad guy? I don't like to think of myself in those terms. I do try to be nice to people. Damn it. Okay, could you just maybe give me an idea of what it is you actually want out of all of this? I do like how naive John is with saying good guy or bad guy. It is his personality, but like, it's really not that simple. It's like, would you say Vriska's a bad guy because she's killed people? But she repented and she's better now. She's not doing that anymore. And she's trying to save the world. But she's also sacrificing people to achieve that goal. So, is she a good guy or is she a bad guy? She's doing bad, but it's for the good of everybody. And it's ultimately going to save everybody. That's what she's trying to do. But she's doing it for the wrong reason, because she wants power and influence. But she's still going for a good goal. So does that make her more of a good guy or a bad guy? Like, it's really kind of it's such a big characterization of somebody to be like good guy, bad guy. I just don't agree with that at all. But John is like, I mean, at this point he's only 16, so I don't blame him for having that kind of mentality. Really the only people we could say are like actually bad guys in that simplified sense are the Condess, Jack, and Lord English. Because they're really just, I mean, they're just straight up evil. Like, there's no good in their soul, so to speak. Like, they just want bad things. They're no good characters in that same sense. The characters want good, but that's just another conversation that doesn't really need to be had right now. But I do like how simple his thinking is at this point, because he hasn't really, I mean, apart from seeing Jack do the bad stuff, he hasn't really encountered evil like that. So he doesn't really have that. I think maybe it's because he's encountered evil like that he has this simple, you're either a good guy or a bad guy. I think maybe if he hung out more with people like Vriska, he would have a better sense of how complicated people can be. What I want? That's a pretty good question. I think I mostly want to see what happens when this whole place breaks apart. Yeah. That's exactly the reaction you should have. Aradia's fucking insane. Oh my god, you're all so insane. Huh. Are you coming or what? Yes, please come. I was about to begin one final story before we reach the treasure. Oh, holy shit, another story? I'm there. Sorry, Radia, I'd love to keep chatting, but you heard the lady. It's a story time again. Wow, Radia, you actually sent the guy running to hear a circuit story. That was a really impressive creep-out job. Nice. I almost feel bad, but not really. I get it, she's been dead for such a long time at this point, that she's just like, fuck it, I don't care. I just want destruction, but she is pretty weird. Thank you for joining us, John. Commodore Nepeta and Rear Admiral Feferi have both been clamoring for one last tale, and I'm not one to disappoint. Clamoring. As in clams, text it. God, Mina. She always has to have something going on. Fucking puns. Okay, what's this one about? Ogre sex? Or salamander shipping? Or something? Nope. Though I'd be happy to tell you all about those topics another time. Of course you would. Of course you'd be happy to do that. This is a story about two legendary rings. Right, the Ring of Invisibility and the Ring of Resurrection, I think. A Ring of Void. Oh no, those.
I hate a moral coward.
I love this song, but
I just detest a man afraid to go home in the dark. I always spend my evening where the
shit. This is also just the regular song, or is it? Not what I wanted to do. Weird. It went back. That's so weird. Weird. Okay. Then we just snooze the ad for a bit, so we can at least get through this. No, not those rings. The rings I'm talking about are less powerful, and considerably more obscure. I think it's the Rings of Void, the one that Roxy has, and the Ring of Resurrection John has right now. But for what they lack in power, they make up for in mystery. Details on the rings are quite hard to come by. I've pieced together what little I know from various fables and myths. They occasionally make appearances in such stories, serving different purposes in each tale, and always called by different names. But in this story, they will be known as the Rings of Life and Void. Okay, life, not resurrection, but it's basically the same thing. No, not really the same word, but I understand what it is because I already know what it does. The rings are said to look nearly identical, but their powers are quite different, as are their origins. The Ring of Void supposedly once belonged to the Black Queen of a Void Session. One day it was stolen from her by a thief, and then stolen again from the thief by a rogue. Legend would suggest it changed hands like this for a long time thereafter, until finally vanishing to the void itself forever, which is fitting, as the ring grants its wearer the ability to do exactly the same. The Ring of Life has a very different story. I found no reports of an origin to this ring at all. Like many magic artifacts, it may not even have one, which is comprehensible. Earliest reports I have read would suggest it was first discovered by some travelers in the desert, and like its sister ring, has changed hands repeatedly since. This ring, however, has a dramatically different effect. Instead of relegating the wearer to obscurity and immateriality, it does just the opposite. It is said that any ghost who wears this ring will come back to life. In some stories, the fate of each ring appears to be entangled with the other. When one is lost, the other is serendipitously found. A great example of this can be observed in the fable of... Wait a minute. But I was just about to... Mindfang. I said shut up. Wait. Now wait just a goddamn minute. Hold on. Are you telling me? Are you seriously telling me that ring? No. Just... No. Back it up. For just a silk spinning minute. What's the matter? That fucking guy. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ah! My God, slam poor. She actually made them fucking... Okay. Who was that? Oh, that's... Yeah, that's... Fuck, I forget his name. Cankry. Tavros! What? What did you do with that ring? What ring? Don't play dumb with me. That ring you had. You know, the same one the orange guy tried to give me? I still don't know about this orange guy you mentioned sometimes. You talk about orange guy, but in reality, he sounds probably fake. Like how you thought Rufio used to be, until facts proved he wasn't. You actually think I'm making this up? Or would I make up a story about an orange guy? What kind of juvenile fuck up do you take me for? The orange guy was real. She's so pissed off. Oh my god. I love it so much. Their relationship is so toxic, but like the clashes they have and the dynamic is just so fucking amusing. The orange guy was real. He was surrounded by a bunch of stupid fucking horses. He tried to give me a ring, so I knocked him out cold. Then later, you found it. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Don't lie to me. You had the ring, and you and John were fighting over it behind your backs like a couple of idiots for a while. What? You think I didn't notice? Yes? No? I didn't think you did. Well, I did. I didn't care because I didn't think the ring did jack shit. But now that I know it does jack a whole fucking lot, I'd like you to stop behaving like a disingenuous, argumentative asshole and tell me where it is. I don't know where it is. It's gone. What do you mean it's gone? I had it, then John had it, and I wanted it back, but he wanted it also, so he argued with our hands over it, till he vanished, and I tried to find it on the ground, because it was precious to me, for a while. Why was it precious to you? You tell me you knew what it did? No, I didn't. I just had separate reasons from that, for wanting it. Well, whatever lame reason you wanted that ring, forget it. It's obviously a much more important magical item than either of us gave it credit for. It's so sad. Literally gonna propose to her with it. And she's like, oh, whatever lame reason you had for it. Had for wanting it. Doesn't matter. Fuck you. God. She's such a shitty partner. Let's go. Let's see if I can finish this up. As soon as we get that treasure out of this cave, you're going to lead us back to wherever you lost it. I'm going to look for it. Is that understood, Poop Master Nitram? No. Yes. I mean, yes. I comprehend the little meaning of your yelling, but no. What do you mean, no? That was an order. I think your spirited angriness is making me remember. To wonder why I keep wanting to help you and like you. And I think it's making me think I don't really care anymore about finding the ring, or finding this treasure, or help you do arguably evil things to close friends to get your objectives to happen. Tavros, what exactly are you trying to say? I think the bottom line of that is I think I don't want to be your poop master anymore, so I'm not going to be. And he just fucks off. Where do you think you're going? Get back here. You can't just fly away from me like that. Oh, but I can. Forgot about my secret weapon. Behold, the self-esteems. It's a great end for Tavros. Self-esteem my ass. I said get back here. You piece. If you go out there alone, you're going to die, you pathetic piece of shit. I'll take my chances, you jerk. Yes. Oh, man. Fly, pupa. Fly. Oh, yes. So clever. How I referenced what were once scornful remarks directed at me. Oh, my God. Let's start the, let's snooze it. So sick. So sick. Can all hear you whispering from down here. Shit for brains. Hey, Tavros. Wait up. I think I'm coming with you. Yeah, no, fuck that. Good on leaving toxic girlfriends. What? No, Solux, wait. Nah, I pretty much had it too. Can't believe I went along with this for as long as I did. So yeah, we fucked two ways from Perigree's Eve before I let Tavros upstage me in the backbone department. Radia, sorry. Can't be part of this anymore. It's just making me feel dirty. I understand, Solux. Let's catch up again later. Hopefully when this is all over. Yeah. Oh, Fairy and Nepeta will be coming with me too. What? No, they fucking won't. Yes, they will. They just told me. I didn't hear them say shit. They both gave me meaningful glances. Like, as if to say, oh yeah, let's bounce. You're blind. How can you see a meaningful glance? Instead of underestimating the perspicacity of the sensory impaired, why don't you fucking bite me? No, they can't go. Commodore Impera and Rear Admiral Ferrari are both critical members of my crew. This is a mutiny. Vriska, I'm on your side here, but I feel I should point out that technically they both outrank you. Excuse me? No, they don't. Come on, I just gave them titles that sounded cool. How can you outrank a captain? By being a Commodore? A Commodore outranks a captain? Yeah, afraid so. Yes, and a Rear Admiral outranks a Commodore. No, but I thought a Rear Admiral was like some sort of joke rank. Who can take a Rear Admiral seriously? Might as well be a poop master. No sir. It's actually a real thing. Goddamn, for a pirate, really know fuck all about nautical junk. Pretty embarrassing to be. Oh man, she's still such a kid. It's fucking hilarious. I mean, she literally is a kid, but like the way she acts, man. She's kind of a poser. Like, you would think that you would know at least basic ranks of stuff if you're interested in this kind of stuff. Yeah, this stuff's all super interesting. JK, losers. Anyway, we're out. God. I almost feel bad for her. A little bit. Not really. Ladies. Oh, man. Good riddance, you backstabbing ingrates. I Lord English eats you all. Hey, Vriska. What? Actually, you know that ring? You know that ring? What about it? I have it now. You do? Where? Let me see. No, I mean, not on me. Guess I wasn't wearing it when I fell asleep. Seems to have the power to come with me in and out of my dreams, as long as I'm wearing it. That's how I got it in the first place. I had it on when I woke up. You were wearing it? Why? And why were you playing keep away with it in the first place? I mean, aside from the fact Aside from the obvious fact that messing with Tyros is his own hilarious reward. And she still doesn't know why Tyros decided to fucking leave her. I don't know. I guess I liked it. And I just wanted to hang on to it for some reason. But I didn't know I would wake up with it. This is perfect. That means all you have to do is put it on when you wake up. And then come find me the next time you go to sleep. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe? I'll think about it. You'll think about it? Well, yeah. It sounds like an important item, so deciding what to do with it is kind of a big responsibility. It's supposed to bring Roast back to life, but we don't know how it works. What if it only keeps you alive as long as you're wearing it? That would mean only one ghost could come back. Right. All the better reason to let me use it. But there are a lot of ghosts. I'm just not sure what to do yet. Wait, you're not actually thinking of giving it to someone else, are you? That's my ring. The orange guy gave it to me. Well, yeah, well frankly, I don't give a shit about the orange guy. The ring is mine for now, so I'm the one who has to figure out what to do with it. Speaking of waking up, there's probably time I got going too. I'm not trying to join the mutiny or anything, but I do have friends waiting for me out there. John, wait. I hope we're not parting on bad terms here. You aren't holding all this treasure hunting shit against me like Tyros is, right? It was still cool, right, John? You have to leave, I get that, but I really want us to stay friends. Always felt like we had a special bond, John. Like we're both always in the position of having to take charge as leaders, even if we never asked for that responsibility. And I don't want to pressure you into anything, but I would really appreciate it if you at least think about me next time you take a nap with that ring on. It's fine, we can stay friends. I don't really like to make enemies with people, even if they're what? Even if they're fucking clinically insane. Let me start the ad here. You know, I love this. Because, like, John, he was never, like, a pansy or anything, but he was a little bit influenced back in the day. And now he's actually standing up to himself. Standing up for himself. And actually, even though he cares about people, calls them out when they're doing bad stuff and is willing to be like, yeah, I'm just not going to do what you want me to do. You know. And he's able to be respectful about it too. Just like, hey, I gotta make this choice on my own. I gotta figure out what I want to do. You do you though. Like, you know, whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna make my own choice. And I fucking respect the shit out of him for that. Alright. Should be back. Sometimes it takes a little while for it to actually come back. Should be fine. Okay. Friska, I have to be honest. Years ago when we first talked, it was a lot of fun to get to know you. And I admit I thought about you a lot since then. But I guess I never quite realized how little I actually understood you. During this crazy treasure quest, it's hard to reserve judgment. Maybe it was just a troll thing I didn't get. Seeing how those other guys felt about it, I think it's more complicated than that. Obviously not all trolls are like you. I know I'm not. Maybe this was all for a good cause, but it still felt like a pretty fucked up way to go about it. And all I'm saying is, I'm ready to go. I've seen enough, and I miss my friends. I'll think about what to do with the ring, but honestly what? Again, I'm just keeping it real. But if I am really thinking hard about who I should bring back to life, I don't know if my conscience can justify bringing back someone so dangerous. Just like, yeah, you're kind of a threat. And I think this is the main thing that really drove Friska to actually change herself later on. And this is where Friska starts actually becoming my favorite character. Because like everyone basically fucking abandons her. She's at the lowest point she's basically ever been in her life. And she has to start actually evaluating herself. Because people aren't taking her shit anymore. It's like, it's not, she didn't really even redeem herself. She never even apologized to Tavros. She kept treating him like shit. She kept doing shady shit to get what she wanted. And she kept doing bad things to get good results, but for the wrong reasons. You know, and it's like she never really changed. She never really had to examine herself and be like, hey, the things I did were bad, and I had consequences for them. And these are the reasons that they were bad, and the reasons that I shouldn't do these things anymore. Like, there's no consequences, there's no punishment. You know, she got killed, and then she didn't even really, you know, she respected Terezi for doing that in a sense, but like, she didn't really understand why Terezi did it. Not fully. You know, I have no doubt she was kind of bitter about it, to a degree. Some part of her was definitely pissed off that she got killed. But, like, nothing really ever happened to her. Even after she died, people just started flocking to her, and she could just use her mind powers to do whatever the fuck she wanted. And people are justifying her actions and allowing her to get away with shit, so she either just didn't know she was doing something fucked up, or she knew she was doing something fucked up, and people just let her get away with it. So she could just keep on doing it forever. And it's like, now shit's actually, she's hitting rock bottom, shit's hitting the fan, and it's like, do you actually have any friends to back you up? Does anyone actually want to be around you? Let's be real, the only reason Arania is around her is because she's her ancestor, not because she actually likes her. And Vriska herself doesn't even like Arania. She only keeps her around because she has important information. But she can't stand her. You know? And she obviously doesn't respect Tavros and fucking dislikes him to a large degree. And Tavros was honestly not really attracted to her. He probably just fucking trauma bond or some bullshit where he is allowing his insecurities still control him for some reason. Well, not for some reason, but like, it was obvious that there wasn't really any actual affection there from either side. And like, the one friend she did have had to kill her because she was so off the deep end. She better get them all killed. And then she fucked up her shit with Kanaya by being an idiot. So she pushed away all her fucking friends, and now she actually has to examine her life choices and who she is as a person and what she did wrong. Because like, even though she knew she was in the wrong, it's like having nobody actually call her out properly and set boundaries with her is like, okay, I'm doing wrong stuff, but like, nothing happens. I can get away with this, so doesn't really matter. And she is a kid at the end of the day, so I can't completely blame her. If I can get away with something, obviously I'm gonna do my best, considering her fucking mother was an evil spider who forced her to kill kids. It's not really gonna be conducive to a very good moral character. Fine. Don't give me the ring then. Actually, you know what? And if you change your mind someday, forget it. I don't even want it anymore. You don't? No. I've been dead this long. What's a little longer? Keep your ring. I don't want anyone's pity. So beat it, Egbert. Well? Huh? John, I thought you were leaving. Oh. Right. Guess I'll just be... What are you, fucking idiot? Don't go yet. What? What? Oh my god. Why are all these fucking trolls so confusing, man? Look, made yourself perfectly clear. You think I'm a heartless monster and you don't want to tell me out. Whatever. But are you seriously going to check out of this dream like 2 minutes before you see what the treasure is? Holy crap, dude. Where's your sense of curiosity? If I can manage to put up with you for a little longer, I think you can stay in my morally bankrupt company long enough to find out what this thing is. Am I the only person in Paradox Space who actually thinks? Why can't she just stop being such a fucking liar and admit that she's lonely and wants friends, but doesn't know how to actually interact with people properly? Because like, she goes 2 seconds and then suddenly starts saying some scathing remark or some sarcastic quip. Like, she can't go a couple sentences without saying some rude shit about somebody. She doesn't know how to actually be friends with people. But she can't admit that to herself. And she definitely can't admit that she wants friends. It's fucking... It would be sweet if it wasn't so pathetic at times. I feel bad for her, truly, but it gets to be irritating. when she's the cause of her own fucking misery. Oh, sure. Guess I'll go a little further and check out the treasure. Heh, you're right. It'd be dumb not to. Good. Party's over, folks. The Pirates Playtime Wiggler Jamboree was fun while it lasted. It's time to get serious. Treasure's down there. My guess is right. It should be buried in one of his ancient memories. Right now, we've all been windbagged to hell and back by my dear ancestor. So I trust nobody's gonna mind indulging one of my stories. There's a pretty good yarn about this treasure I read once during our travels. Found in some damn memory. Who knows whose. It was a good read. Impeccable prose. Failing to do it justice would be the real matter of grave morality here, if you ask me. But right now, I ain't in the mood to figure out how to not make it fucking suck. So I'll just say this. Supposedly a weapon that once belonged to him, but he could never use it without altering its nature. Meaning he could only use it once. So he did. After that, it could only be used again one more time, and only as a weapon against him. Knowing it was one of the keys to his defeat, he had it locked away deep in the void. That's it. Part 1 of my story. Hold your applause. Guess we'll find out if that's true. Or if turns out all my despicable shit was in vain. That would suck. Oh, I love this pic of her. One of the best. Not that it wouldn't even matter to some people. You know, they can say whatever they want about me. Somewhere out there, there's a shimmering new universe growing in a big ball of water. He's looking hells and majestic, amphibious and resplendent. His glorious croak would bring you to your knees. That universe is going to give life to billions of trillions of zillions of cute little aliens. You wouldn't even believe how pretty and wonderful and happy all those aliens will be. It's making a lip tremble just thinking about them and how worth saving they are. Wow. You could walk up to one of those aliens, and put your hand on his innocent shoulder, and with a straight face you could say, "Sorry to break it to you, but tomorrow, a guy named Lord English is going to destroy your universe. You're all going to die." And when that alien looks up at you with tears in its eyes, just before the first one rolls down its weird alien cheek, you lean in close to its absurd alien ear and whisper, "Psych." That's because you know a long time ago, in an obscure pocket of reality, the alien could never understand or give a shit about. Some crazy girl sacrificed their lives, a bunch of ghosts, in order to kill that guy forever. The array of millions sweeps past their prime, existing on borrowed time, luxuriating in a kind of bizarre metaphysical longevity few others will ever enjoy. Just a fresh batch of bait the squid gods kept on ice for an insatiable fisherman because they were sick of being hunted themselves. That is pretty true. I mean, the gods are not benevolent. Those ghosts were all that stood in the way of an end to this eternal holocaust, and sparing their souls ain't different, in my view, from personally committing atrocities on a cosmic fucking scale. I only ever wanted to do the right thing no matter how it made people judge me. And I don't need a magic ring to do that. You don't have to be alive to make yourself relevant, and you don't have to be a good person to be a hero. You just need to know who you are and stay true to that. So I'm going to keep fighting for people the only way I ever knew how. He's like, this is where I started actually liking Vriska and understanding the character so much more. So all the other fucking rants she did were so... This is still a little bit like, she's still not really taking responsibility for what she's doing. Like, it took all her friends leaving her for her to actually start reflecting on her actions. And like, taking shit a little bit more seriously. Like, I can at least appreciate that she's doing it at all. But like, the other ones she had before were a bit more like, more just self-pity than her actually understanding why shit was going on the way it was. There wasn't really an attempt to figure out what she was doing wrong. So yeah, it's only Raina, Mina, John, and Radia here. By being me. Oh man. Lover or hater, you cannot deny Vriska is fucking Vriska. Like, she's awesome. She drunk out her fucking gourd. Rose, you are willfully ignoring my trail of finish crumbs. I said them quietly in sequence to convey one of your human pregnant pauses before speaking. The pause was human expecting in the same sense that I am expecting an explanation to your present conduct. We were to meet the others on the roof by now. Kanaya, what's with his presidency? Shit, are you trying to tell me something? Told me something. I'm trying to tell you that we are on the verge of reaching our destination. And here I find you doing. What are you doing exactly? My civic duty. I've been deputized by the mayor as the assistant chief deputy of city planning and preservation. What? Kanaya, I am really swamped in red tape here. You think you could please return when I am no so busy? Thanks. Either that or file out a requisition form with the zoning bureau. You have been drinking your soporifics in excess again. Rose, this is terrible. No, what would be terrible would be to bid farewell to this meteor from our critical administrative. How does she say administrative? Perfectly fine. And she can't even say meteor. Man. Hussy's just fucking with me. From our critical administrative work is complete. No, but really, what are you doing here in the tiny simulated village? Are you writing numbers on all these nutrition cylinders? Laugh. God, I just love troll words for things. Yes, you have mentioned this. Nutrition cylinders. That's a good one. I forgot about that one. Maybe cylinders is stilted enough, though. What about tall circles? Tall circles. Tall circles? No, that sucks. Answer my question, please. Why are you numbering the tall cans? Oh, man. We very rarely get Kanaya using caps. You can tell she's frustrated. Alright, I should change to Rose, probably. I mean, I don't really use Kanaya all that much, actually. I'm documenting their original locations so that we relocate the city faithfully to our new home, wherever that may be. If you want to relocate the city now, this is such a foolish use of your time. Oh man. And Rose has always had to be such a serious person, so I can sympathize with her wanting to just kind of let go or not take anything seriously. Like, I mean, she wrote the fucking guide. She was doing her own fucking research in the game, and just in general, she was being so fucking serious most of the time because of how she was brought up. That's how she needed to be to survive. So now she has a chance. Not only is her mother dead, but now she has the chance to just kind of be herself. She just wants to experiment and have fun and be a kid, because she wasn't really allowed to be a kid. But unfortunately, it's not really the time or place to be doing this. Unfortunately for her. Oh, but you could not be further from the truth. The preservation of Cantown has tremendous symbolic importance. We are all that's left of our respective races, Kanae. We are the light of civilization. Is our responsibility to carry the torch through the abyss whilst keeping it lit and set it upon the hearth of the nude world. I think the torch is not all you have managed to keep lit. It's light, our light, spread throughout our creation. But only Kayaka. I love the misspelling of her names that she does. But only Kayaka. Only if we respect the light of civilization itself. If we respect the light of democracy. So many Finnish comes up in here. Civility, liberty, reason, effortification, civility, rationality, learning, justice, liberty, honor, elucidation, civility, reason. These are the virtues. She said civility 3 times, and liberty twice, and reason twice. Man. These are the virtues which embody the magnificence that is Canton. You just said some of those words 2 or 3 times, and most of them aren't words. uh, I just got it. That's not all you managed to keep lit. That burn was sick. I love it. Oh my god, she's so... That was literally like 20 sentences ago. Oh my god. That was churning in her head for so long. Poor Mayor. I do not believe this. You promised me you would be ready for arrival. I am ready. My god robes on and everything. This is not ready. When I said ready, I believe your sobriety was more than implied as the operative criterion. Meh, Knasta. You so wordy. I've been as polite as I can be, but honestly, your demeanor is not nearly as charming as you appear to believe when you have consumed a lot of that liquid. You've assured me that chronic and habitual exploitation of the substance is not a problem for your people, but at this point I must conclude that you were just lying. Why? Why did you do this just before arrival when you told me you wouldn't? Well, I wasn't going to, but I started to think about everything, about meeting my mom, and I started getting nervous. But you can't help us like this. We need you. The smartest one on this meteor. By quite a lot. Hey now. Kapaya, I'm flattered. I can't with these fucking names, man. But I think you might be selling the mayor short. What? This guy. Let me tell you what. This guy is the best. Okay. Okay, that was literally the most inebriated thing you've ever said. She's never even talked about the mayor once. Poor mayor, he just wants to do his job. No, but Karkaya. Karkaya. Okay. This shouldn't be as funny as it is to me at all. It's really not. But the mayor, I'm telling you, the fucking mayor. What a friend. You're not actually suggesting this simple creature dressed in rags is your intellectual superior. And if I am? How does one even draw this conclusion? He does not speak. Oh. He has his ways of letting his thoughts be known. He has his ways. He does not have his ways. He likes cans and little protensities. He is rather adorable. And that is pretty much all there is to say about the mayor. Please do not distract from important issues with talk of fake mayors. What issues? My indiscretion? Wish alcohol? Or something else? I am sensing we're tap-toeing around a mixed bag of delicate subjects. Let's talk about them. This is not a hypothetical exercise in your Earth psychiatrics. You made a promise to me and you did not keep it. Yes, you are usually very smart and we all need you. But more importantly, I need you. Don't you remember? You said you would help me resurrect my species. I still don't know how I'm going to acquire a new matriarch. How are you supposed to solve that problem when your think pan is addled so? Kamaya, why don't we go easy on the shop holes? I told you to relax about the matribob. Have some faith in us. That we're going to make everything work out. I have a very good feeling. Twill all be fine. That is not reassuring coming from you like this. I often can't tell, even at your most lucid, if you put too much trust in your saving abilities. But when you say such things while obscured by these toxins, you sound outright delusional. You stumble around this lab in such high spirits, it makes it impossible to broach the subject from the standpoint of mutual agreement that your behavior is a problem. But if I'm always happy, then why is it a problem? You see? I'm not following. I would like to. Wait, am I? Have I been a bitch to you without realizing? Oh no. Dealing with drunk people is not. I mean, that's rough in general, but a drunk child and being an alien who doesn't understand human behavior or drunk behavior. And Rose is already kind of a weirdo in general, so even fucking sober, she's kind of a hassle to deal with. No, not exactly. I've already explained. You have severely hobbled your intellect and your efficacy. The objectives you prioritize have become ridiculous. You've just now decided to draw a map of a false metropolis. Others have suffered as well. Whatever happened to your concern for rising Gamzee? Were all my lessons in auspicism for nothing? I tried, Kakaka. But shit, spit schism, or whatever. It's actually really hard. I know it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. My name is not Kakaka. Whoops. I'm sorry. Yakaya. Kayola. Papaya. Shit. Your name is so lovely. Why can't I say it? You cannot say it because you are human drunk. You are right. My delinquency has been inexcusable. God. If you can just help me fishish, indexing, and gathering of the rest of these cans, oh my god. Yeah, no, I don't think we've ever seen Kanaya this pissed off. Poor Cantown. The Bubbles Font Salamancer Memorial Library. Brere. Are you going to break up with me? No. That'd be the worst, because like, I mean, in her mind, that's really, I guess, is the main thing that she thought of, but it's really not the best time to bring it up. Intermission 5, intermission 4. What the fuck is going on here? Let's go back to Caliborn. I need more answers. Very quickly. I thought you had given up on getting answers from me. No, I've just not had time. The bomb countdown is getting so short. It's getting hard. It's not fair. I really don't see how it's any less fair than being allowed to solicit the omniscient narrator of your quest for answers. Nobody else who plays this game gets to do that. It makes you so special. But you're the one who said I was special. I shouldn't have said that. Now you're shutting around all thinking you're special. I am special. I know. That's bullshit. More answers. I've collected more frogmen. Frogmen? You really are getting esoteric with your headcanons now. My what? And what makes you so sure they're all men? Have you sexed them? Fuck you. Your ribald insinuations. My relationship with the frogman is strictly professional. He wants to murder the entire universe, but he assures you that he's very professional with his employees. That's his fucking concern. I respect it, at least. Fucking ridiculous. Ribald insinuations. Oh my god. This fucking dude. No, I mean determine their sex. Do you even know how? I don't care. They are all men. Because I say they are. And I want them to be. If I believe hard enough in them being men, then that fact becomes absolutely indisputable as a permanent man reality. Oh my god. It is funny. Because until something is very clearly coded as female, I do always end up assuming that character is masculine, which is kind of just inherent bias that I have for some reason. I don't know. It's funny. But to be fair, a lot of things I usually divided pretty like distinctly into male and female, so it's like something isn't clearly female, then by just logical deduction it's gotta be male, right? But a lot of these character designs is not always obvious. I mean, some people make aliens look really fucking weird, so obviously not everything can be humanoid. And sometimes it's an interesting part, but like, it does help to have a category. Not that it matters. It does? Are you telling me that I have reason to believe that my entourage of distinguished gentlemen consists of anything other than boys? No? I mean, I don't know. I'm not there, so I can't sex them to be sure. You fucking pervert. That's not what sexing means, you little shit. I'd like to change this topic. Away from the lust you are feeling for my handsome frogman. Before he said they were a bunch of idiots, now he's saying they're handsome. God, how does Hussey actually make one of the most evil characters in the entire story somehow a cute brat? Like, I found myself actually liking Caliborn's character in these moments. Even though I know he's just straight up evil. He's like not a good person at all. He has like no redeeming qualities, but he's still fucking amusing. And I love his dialogue so much. God, this is so fucking stupid. I obtained some stripe hats. Yellow stripe hat, blue stripe hat, red stripe hat. What do they do? Alright. Those guys. Why do you always want me to spoil stuff for you? Why can't you be at least a little scientifically inquisitive and find out what they do so that they can do yourself? Have you tried inquiring, injuring Blue Stripe Hat yet? No. Why would I hurt him? He's my loyal minion, be it one who is overweight and apparently useless. Anyway, I don't have time for science. Just tell me. It's funny, before he was shooting the fuck out of Gamzee, and he couldn't care less, and now he's like, dude, to my employees, why the fuck would I do that? Well, he's not saying employees, but like, that they're his subordinates. It's very interesting. Fine. Blue Stripe Hat randomly time travels somewhere if you injure him. Red Stripe Hat can also travel through time, but only using fire as a gateway. Yellow Stripe Hat is a tailor. A tailor? Yes. You mean someone who sews stuff? Yes. Damn good one too. It's not a power. It's more like a fucking hobby. Oh man. Let me start the ad here. God, I don't know why that fucking cracked me up. A fucking hobby. I mean, he's right, but it just caught me off guard for some reason. God. Oh, man. I literally just realized that it's almost 6 and I'm supposedly starting Hollow Knight in a little bit. Oh fuck, I can't. I can't with this. God, I'm sorry, I can't. One listen is all I can do for this damn song. There we go. Yeah, I'll probably get through this intermission and then take a quick break. There we are. So this is the shortest intermission ever. Alright. It's not a power. It's more like a fucking hobby. Which has no value to me whatsoever. If you want to be a big shot time traveler, you're going to need a good tailor. Everyone knows that. No. Makes no sense. But someday you get some sweet new threads. Who will maintain your wardrobe for you? You think you wear that t-shirt and those stupid suspenders all your life? I'll never stop wearing my awesome suspenders. No one can make me. Not even my tailor. He is right. He's literally wearing them even as Lord English. Whatever you say. Wasting time again. Better hurry up and conquer this planet so we can find eggs. What? Whoops. I mean Purple Stripe Hat. Forget I called him that. Oh, yes. I'm really looking forward to these next few guys. But feeling farther I go, the more useful and exciting the frogmen are starting to be. You won't be disappointed. Alright. Stop the music real quick. And Vac 6 into mission 5 into mission 4. What is this? This fucking dude. I don't even know. I don't want to know why he even took that. This doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, he doesn't make any sense to me in general. Is that it? Fuck you. Anyways. Yes, 6,000. I'm gonna need at least 200 more. A little less than 200. Okay, this is still intermission 5. It's just one intermissions. Yeah, I think I'll end here. Well, not end, but like take a break and then, excuse me, move over to Hollow Knight for a bit. Probably 2 or 3 hours. We'll see. This went by a lot faster than I thought it would. It's a good thing I'm going for I'm going at least twice a week for this now. So I'd stopped streaming it for a little bit, but I'm back in the mood to get back to it. But yeah, I'll take like a quick 10-15 minute break. And do some Steel Soul and get a decent amount of progress. And tomorrow it'll be it's Steel Soul and basically the same thing. I'm pretty sure. Homestuck and Steel Soul, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I will be back in a couple of minutes. So I'm supposed to be starting literally in a little bit here. Let's see. Let me change the category and title here. Okay. That should be good. Yeah, I'll be back in like 15 minutes. Let's put the break screen on. I'll be back in a little bit.